I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. When I was in 6th grade, I had I think, had trouble paying attention in class and hadn't necessarily applied myself. The elementary school which I was attending had a program of instrumental music, and I started to play the cello. I credit playing the cello to being the activity that enabled me to see that if I applied myself and worked hard and was really engaged with what I was doing, that I could probably do it pretty well. The other thing that I learned through music was the value of teamwork, the value of individual effort in terms of enabling you to be a good member of the team, but also the joy that comes from being a part of an ensemble.
What kind of vision do you have for Stanford Medical School and Stanford Medicine over the next 5 to 10 years?
It's important not to underestimate the importance of vision. It's also important not to lock into a vision so early on that you fail to see the opportunities and the needs that come up as you get to know the place better. There are a few things that are really clear. We are a very innovative and entrepreneurial environment. We need to make sure that we nurture that in everyone, the students, the faculty, staff. We're defining the future here. We're making the discoveries that are going to change medical care, medical practice, medicine within our society. We want to make sure we continue to be that kind of environment.
So I think the first thing that should be known by Dr. Minor is that he came to understand this phenomenon called superior semicircular canal dehiscence syndrome, which now bears his name, Minor syndrome. And then he also developed a successful treatment. And so his identification of this disease process that previously had never been described or identified before, and then his development of a surgical treatment for it has really helped thousands of people, has really advanced our understanding of vestibular physiology, and I think has really been transformative and probably changed the world in terms of our understanding of the science.
He has had an incredible career, both as a physician, as a basic scientist, and as an educator, particularly serving as provost at a very great university, at Johns Hopkins University, so that he has the experience of dealing with people from many parts of our campus. And one of the most exciting and important things that has happened at Stanford over, I would say, the past 15 years is the emergence of interdisciplinary work. Dr. Minor comes in at a time when he is ideally suited to deal with the flowering of this new way of working in science and in medicine.
Growing up in Little Rock, I went to all-white schools. And then in 1971, the federal courts ordered the Little Rock School District to begin busing, and I was bused from my neighborhood to Paul Laurence Dunbar Junior High School. And that was a really defining point in my life. So I saw firsthand that first day of school in 9th grade in September of 1971 that separate but equal was certainly separate, but it was everything but equal. And that kindled in me an interest in and commitment to diversity that I've really tried to pursue. You can't empower leaders. You can't transform patient care in a country that's increasingly more diverse. And you certainly can't have innovation unless you have diversity. And diversity means, yes, it means racial diversity, it means gender diversity, it means ethnic diversity, but it also means diversity of thought. It means having an environment where everyone feels empowered to speak up.
If you're in meetings with him, you'll notice that he doesn't do much of the talking. He actually listens the most and speaks infrequently. But when he does speak, it's clear that he's synthesizing the information.
You know, one of the things about leadership is you don't have to be right the first time. You really don't. If you follow the basic principles of respect and civility you embrace that others around you collectively are far more intelligent than you're going to be about any issue.
Lloyd is someone that I think you can feel comfortable really expressing how you feel about an issue. He's someone that won't take things personally. He can agree to disagree, but he will bring to the table cogent arguments.
As a leader of our department, he just really created a very open environment that was open to change, open to a diversity of opinions. I think people really felt comfortable in talking to him and approaching him and sort of airing their concerns.
I think Lloyd's a really caring human being, and he's trying to do what's best for the people he works with. And that was really inspiring to me. He was looking out not only for the university, but for the people who were working for it. And to me, that's really important because the people are what make it a special place.
I think he's really a fair person. He tries to be accepting, tries to listen to however many sides there are of issues. He's very much a scientist in that way. He takes in a lot of data and information, and then his brain is kind of going zzz, and he processes that all, and he comes up, I think, usually with very fair decisions. Although he's a really rotten cook, but he makes great reservations.
I have a phenomenal family. My wife and I have been married 25 years. We met freshman week in college and started dating 11 years later.
He did try to court me by making me think he could cook, and made me a fabulous meal, kind of. It was a recipe he'd gotten from his mother. It was some chicken thing. I'm sure there was a can of soup in it. So this was in my kitchen for the first 15 years of our marriage.
That's right.
And that is our division of labor.
Should I wear it around my neck?
Yes, dear.
Here we go. All right.
Thank you, dear.
You want it diced up?
He's a very kind person, and he has a good sense of humor, but it's not always out there because he's fairly private. It seems like every phase of Lloyd's life and every educational pursuit he's had, or every work opportunity that he's had, has just sort of built a different part of his skill set that has helped him for the next step in his journey. It seems very logical somehow how he's progressed, but I don't know that it's always been carefully planned to be that way. He just has taken opportunities that have come and has learned what he can from them and applied it to his next setting. So I think it's going to be exciting to see how he brings the skill set he's developed to help further Stanford medicine.
I think that Dr. Minor is comfortable in his own skin, and he knows that what he's doing is going to be valuable, not only to the medical school, but to the university as a whole. And I think that he is quickly winning the trust and support of the faculty here at the medical school. And this is just going to continue.
I think one of the distinctive features about Stanford today, both the university and Stanford Medicine, is that there's a collective sense that our best days are yet to come. We're building upon a foundation of extraordinary excellence, continuing to advance innovation, which has so characterized Stanford University and Stanford Medicine. Training leaders, which Stanford has been doing for generations, are things that we know we're great at and we want to be even better at moving forward. We're aware of the challenges that we're up against, but we're looking proactively at how to respond to those, and we're embracing of the notion that we're going to be a better place 3 years from now than we are today, and even better still 5 and 10 years from now. And now we have the opportunity moving forward to advance innovation, to train the leaders of the future, and also to transform patient care by applying our innovation in new and important ways to changing the patient experience and making sure that the very best science gets applied every day to the benefit of our patients.
The preceding program is copyrighted by the Board of Trustees of the Leland Stanford Junior University. Please visit us at med.stanford.edu.